headline first. This unity among elected representatives gradually affecting peoples, says President of Akom Lup Kanglei Pak Soraisam Sanjit. And farmers meet held to begin paddy sowing in 11 villages in Kumbi Assembly constituency. Once again, welcome back to EDA English News at 4. You're with me again, Chingshubam Kentukaps Janu. Now let's see the news in details. President of Akom Lup Kanglei Pak Soraisam Sanjit pointed out that the lack of unity among people's representatives has been gradually impacting the lives of ordinary citizens. He made the statement during the celebration of 25th Foundation Day of Akom Lup Kanglei Pak held at Laishram Khulem Leikai Community Hall at Naremthong. President of Kanglei Ima Lup, Ima R.K. Sanahanbi, President of Kanglei Mai, Ima Leirik Leima, and former President of Akom Lup Kanglei Pak, KSA Somrendro, graced the occasion as the dignitaries. The attendees observed 2-minute silence to honor the deceased souls of former members, advisors, and those who have died in the Manipur conflict. Speaking further, Soraisam Sanjit stressed the vital need of the elected representative to make efforts to form a popular government in order to bring back peace and normalcy in Manipur. On the other hand, he highlighted that since its establishment in July 2001, Akom Lup Kanglei Pak has been working relentlessly to protect and uphold the state's integrity. He also reiterated the collective stance of the CSOs when it comes to safeguarding the territorial integrity of Manipur.
Ireipak asi kaidana bo khona bada tongan ba iramdam asida thokpa thokdo wathok singda akom lupna punna chatminariba luploi sing amadi tongan ba manipur da leiriba lupsingi punna khusamnaraga ireipak iramdam asi kahendana bo khona bada achawa akom lupna su achawa thodang lojagani manipur da CSO leiramda taragadi ngasi sotharaiba tongan ba leina sotharaiba sing asi CSO sing asina leiramdragadi henna marai chaithabadu oiramgadabani CSO amagi magi lichat haiba tare tongan ba magi wakhalon ideology jin uinamak Adubu magi ideology tongan taragasu adubu iramdam khunai sigi damakta kaiba yaro haiba adugumba wakhalon din uinamak lei haiba tare ado hauji apunba maigai da maionda changsilakpasidi akhoi khudimakna masidi pungning thogatpham thoi taramna opham thoi haibasimi thamji.
Farmers of Kumbi Assembly constituency held a meeting to begin paddy sowing in 11 villages where the Manipur conflict had previously restricted agricultural activities. Villagers of Napa Tangjeng, Pombikhok, Chandon Pokpi, Charel, Laingobi, Mangjil Wangu, Sagang and Kujumantabi along with members of Kokumi Farmers Wing took part in the meeting held at the community hall of Wangu Ahalub Mayai Lekai. During the meeting, the farmers highlighted their intense struggle owing to the prevailing conflict. Farmers are struggling to make ends meet as their access to their paddy field was restricted since the conflict broke out, they said. The meeting deliberated on taking up measures to initiate paddy sowing in this field as early as possible. Co-convener of Kokumi Farmers Wing, Laishram Kiral, told a media person that it was unfortunate that Meitei farmers have been denied of access to their own paddy fields, citing security measures by the central forces in connection with the conflict. He also said such action has brought intense impact on the food production of Manipur. He then lashed out at the central forces for being biased, alleging that the central forces have allowed the Kukis to farm on Meitei's agricultural lands. Kokomi's Farmers Wing also sought attention of the government to provide security covers to the farmers to work freely at their fields.
na changsil lakanda ekhoi mokol bu ta thoba amasung ekhoi gi hana ipai bu na thambiram ba lo pham madu udaya de haidana ekhoi changjil ni nabagi matam madu yore mokoi na changme ya ro haile bu mopham do adu gi wa ba security thamaga su adu gi manu bo ki ekhoi lo sansi hai bu mopham sima thamjali.
The man accused of drone attack at Koktruk and Kadangban, Samuel Thongsian Hau Vaipai, has been handed over to NIA custody for further interrogation. It may be mentioned that on September 1 last year, suspected Kuki militants launched bomb attack using drones at around 2:30 p.m. at Koktruk and Kadangban. Further, suspected Kuki militants using sophisticated weapons fired shots at a locality located near Koktruk Hill, leading to the casualty of a woman aged around 31 years and injured her 9-year-old daughter. In connection with this incident, National Investigation Agency Imphal branch arrested accused Samuel Thongsian Hau Vaipai of El Lumlai village, Kangpokpi district on 22nd June and was handed over to the custody of Special Court NIA Manipur No. 1 till 13th of this month for investigation. The NIA sought an extension of custody for 13 days from the Special Court NIA Manipur No. 1 after the initial custody period ended. Upon reviewing the submission of the Special Public Prosecutor and case records, the court granted the NIA's request, extending custody for 13 days. A regional political party named Democratic People Front has been launched in Manipur today. The party held its first public convention under the theme The Voice of Manipur at GM Hall. Principal and Chairman of Kumbi College Laichombam Gopal, President of Democratic People Front Dr. Ngarengbam Rajiv Kumar and social activist Asanka Shartu attended the program with internally displaced people. President of Democratic People's Front Ngarengbam Rajiv Kumar told the person that in this crucial juncture, the state needs leaders who work as per the sentiments of people. It's high time for people to choose regional political parties that understand their sentiments and needs of the masses, he said. He also mentioned that Democratic People Front is all prepared to field over 32 candidates in the upcoming 2027 Manipur Assembly election.
Koi jati furup levini myam sing sri da koina ai koi ke chammi na ba ya ban nuksi ba group sing se leba pu nuksi ja ba khanba myam sing se koi khanjal lagan dai koi myam sing se hena thadun na bai plan ni adu wari sana ba di kuntra ga ni thoi de gina kuntra tret adu ba ke koi di range loire adu na hoji ki pot sing se yam athu matam dai koi sapung na ba ke adu su adu ga sing sei da koi na hoji ki mo ki wana di koi ki class mo group to di hai se koi hajar roi adu bu ai koi ke chammi na ba ya ba hoji ki oi ba di leire lu leiri ba myam sing se wari kan sanami na di bhap tamina ba mchangi adu ga hoji koi valley da di kuntra ga ni thoi se adu ki sang dai.
District Administration Bishnupur organized a training program in connection with Electronic Details Accident Report EDAR, where Police, Transport, Health and Highway Department will provide assistance in time of any road mishaps. The training program held at DC Bishnupur Conference Hall was attended by DC Bishnupur Puja Ilangbam, NICDIO RK Romita, among others. Speaking in connection, DC Bishnupur Puja Ilangbam said that Electronic Details Accidents Report has begun implementing in all the state of India. She said that in order to begin implementing in Manipur, the training is being conducted to give awareness to the masses. Different resource persons spoke during the training program.
Magadi ko mayam gi cooperation pibiraga sigi system se institutionalize fasana tawragadi mayam khudung cha daba nangba koi gi road accident ta victim oiba mayam sisu moi gi su least kitang khudung cha ba phang horagadi awa do phangdana ba na koina mayam pun honnaminasi.
United Women Development Organization Bishnupur District UWDOBD has launched an initiative drive to curb use and sale of intoxicated substances in tourist area to prevent potential mishaps. President Nepram Bimol led the organization and conducted inspections around Sebudra, Tidim Road markets and popular tourist spot, urging the roadside sellers to halt liquor sales. He added that UWDOBD plans to continue its efforts to curb alcohol sales throughout the district, ensuring a safer environment without accidents. Delta Advanced School Kwakaitel commends an appreciation and an interaction program for the recently commissioned Armed Forces officer from Manipur. The event was graced by Principal Delta Advanced School Laishram Achoba and Secretary Delta Advanced School KH Isworth as the main guest. Lieutenant A. Nauton Maite Thawal Ningombam GCL, IMA Ramesh Singh Jamaitinga Mathak and Lieutenant Maghanat Soibam of Thawal Kiam Wangmataba. Principal of Delta Advanced School Laishram Achoba expressed to the media person that the event was organized in order to discern the newly commissioned officer and encourage the students to achieve their goals with great will and perseverance, whilst wishing them a great future ahead.
Kari takale bege karmaino honagani subject combination no the pungya study toba kari strategy kari plan preparation confidence na chingba modi hangoraga mokoi su mokoi gum bijati kan sida saru ya jege haibegi pandamda kana masi program si sinjabani.
First anniversary celebration cum CIF fund distribution program of Thanga Ima Village Level Federation was held under the theme Poverty Elevations and Women Empowerment and Thanga Haisnam Laikai. General Secretary Administrations NPP Manipur Haisnam Rosals, Cluster Coordinator Block Mission Management Unit Bishnupur CDO Block MSRLM S. Vikram and other prominent leaders of the Thanga graced the occasion as the main guests. The dignitaries handed over CIF funds to the members of the self-help groups. Speaking at the chief guest of the program, Haisnam Rosals expressed the need of the members of the self-help groups to utilize their funds efficiently. He said such step will subsequently help in boosting the state's economic status.
Punna labor taragadi, a active oina, punna labor taragadi, I work any social scheme wagra, industry wagra, any Tabamalaka with punna labor taragadi, punna thingna minavada, income of my pocket and Duga, away chocolate Horazu, a Dukimatic Yam away, Mamans and the Razu.
Ukhrul District Bar Association has raised a question over the delay in constructing the long overdue Ukhrul District and Session Court complex at Rayatang, Ukhrul. President of Ukhrul Bar Association Advocate Michael Zimic in a press briefing expressed the collective frustration of legal fraternity and the wider community over this stalled project. He pointed out that the foundation stone for the District and Session Court complex of Tamenglong and Ukhrul was laid on the same day by the then Chief Minister of Manipur, Okram Ibobi Singh, on 12 February 2016. The construction of the Tamenglong District and Session Court complex has been completed and it's functioning smoothly. However, Ukhrul remains stuck in bureaucratic delay tactics and government indifference. The silence of the Law Department of Manipur and the District Administration of Ukhrul on this very issue is very unfortunate, he said. Advocate Michael Zimic squarely blamed the Law Department of Manipur, who is responsible for issuing tender and bidding for the construction of a court complex, the district administration, especially the SDO Ukhrul, for their lack of will and commitment.
All the other district court has completed and started functioning, whereas the Ukhrul District and Session Court complex has never been started till date. Hence, the Ukhrul District Bar Association has prayed to the concerned authority to start the construction of District and Session Court complex, Ukhrul, at the earliest.
In the national news, the Quad ministers condemned the Pahalgam terror attack in the strongest term that claimed the lives of 26 civilians and firmly pitched for action against cross-border terrorism. In a joint statement, the minister, however, did not mention Pakistan or the four-day military conflict between the India and Pakistani militaries in May. The meeting at the U.S. capital city on Tuesday was attended by External Affairs Minister S. J. Shankar, U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio, Australian Foreign Minister Penny Wong, and her Japanese counterpart Takeshi Iwaya. Prime Minister Narendra Modi is set to embark on a Momentous 8-day five-nation diplomatic tour starting from 2nd July, his longest international visit in over a decade. The journey is reached an historic first and symbolic milestone, showcasing New Delhi's deepening engagement with the global south while enforcing India's strategic presence across continents. The tour covers Ghana, Trinidad and Tobago, Argentina, Brazil and Namibia, and will include several unprecedented and rare prime ministerial engagements. CBI has arrested 3 doctors and 3 others for facilitating the submission of favorable inspection reports in exchange for bribes. A case has been registered against the office bearer of the Sri Rawatpura Sarkar Institute of Medical Sciences and Research, Nava Raipur, Chhattisgarh, inspecting doctors and other intermediaries for allegedly manipulating the statutory inspection process in return for bribes. The designated assessors allegedly gave favorable report to various medical colleges in exchange for illegal gratification. Acting on information, the CBI led a trap and apprehended 6 individuals while they were transacting the bribe amount. The CBI has also conducted searches at more than 40 locations across 6 states in connection with the case. In the international news, the United States has decided to pause shipment of certain weapons to Ukraine over concern about declining U.S. stockpiles, marking a setback for Kyiv as it faces intensifying Russian attacks. The munitions in questions that previously been promised by the Biden administration to Ukraine to bolster its defenses in the ongoing war, now in its 4th year. The pause reflects shifting priorities under President Donald Trump and follows a Defense Department review that raised alarm over the current state of U.S. military reserves. White House spokesperson Anna Kelly said in a statement that the decision was made to put Americans' interests first, following a broader review of the nation's military support and foreign assistance commitments. Since Russia's full-scale invasion of Ukraine in February 2022, the U.S. has provided more than $66 billion in weapons and military aid to Kyiv. Yemen's Houthi group military spokesperson Ziana Seria claimed that they had carried out a special military operation successfully striking Ben Gurion Airport in Tel Aviv, central Israel, using a hypersonic ballistic missile from the Palestinian II type, achieving the goal of forcing millions of settlers to shelters and disrupting airport operation. He further claimed that a wave of one-way unmanned aerial vehicles UAV attacks targeted what he described as 3 sensitive sites in Eilat, Tel Aviv and Ashkelon. Well, before we close the headlines once again. Disunity among elected representatives gradually affecting people, says President of Akom Lup Kangleipak, Soraisam Sanjit. And farmers' meet held to begin paddy sowing in 11 villages in Kumbi Assembly constituency. Well, that was all for our afternoon English news bulletins. We'll be back with more updates.